All right, let me make sure volume levels are equal before I hit live screen here.
Yep.
All right, TCP, give me a sound off.
I just want to talk about how much I appreciate you guys. I like seeing your faces. I like hearing your voices.
All right,
It's,
Solips, let me get a sound off.
Testing. What you got? What you got?
All right, Wild.
Yeah, boy.
All right, well, we had a good peak there. You were evil with your peak. Where you at on a regular time? All right, we're good. We're good.
Yes,
All right.
yes. All right.
All right, let's see. Make sure we are live everywhere. All right, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. And we are live on Facebook. All right. Oh, don't do that. All right. Share, bloody hell. Save, edit, unfollow. Well, I'm not going to unfollow myself. Share now on public.
Hey, you want to unfollow yourself? That's cool.
I about did. There we go.
Don't need to follow that guy anyway.
Gosh, I hate that guy sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, right? I kind of.
Alright, volume is killed. Let's see. Nope. Why are you doing this to me?
Not like this. Not like this.
Alright. I think we're ready. Are we ready? Everybody good?
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. We're good to go. Welcome to Griffcast Episode 21, the mature, nerdy podcast for immature people. Nailed it that time.
There you go. Yeah, man. You write it down. You got it like on a whiteboard behind your screen. Yeah.
No.
Ooh.
All right. So we got the original crew full tonight. So we got my boy Solves Fanner on.
Hey, hey.
My boy Wild down here who just got a 20 bomb.
Put him on.
And good old TCP, the Caramel Prince.
That's me.
Oh, yeah. All right. So tonight we've got a few topics to go over, and some of them are going to be kind of like ins and outs, but in and outs, but some of them we might take it a little bit farther. It'll be interesting. All right. So we're going to start this off with turning down the music because apparently that is distracting the hell out of me.
Man's out there vibing.
All right. So TCP. You're the only person I know that's been playing Deathloop on this side.
Yep.
Pros, cons, rating.
Pros,
Horrible.
cons, rating. Okay. So, rating. I mean, I've seen a lot of the critics and like reviewers are saying like it's game of the year. It's gonna be game of the year no matter what. It's getting like its scores are off the charts right now. I think I heard her getting review bombed. I don't know why, but the game is pretty dope so far. Now, to say it's game of the year material, I both agree with that and I don't agree with it. I only agree with it because the game or this year's the just gaming market has been so stale. So it's like pretty much the only contender. And so like if it was a normal year where, other companies were putting out games and the games weren't getting delayed and everything, then maybe this game, it would still be in the running, but I don't think it would win it.
Fair enough.
But it's pretty dope so far. I actually just beat it. I beat it a couple hours before I got on. I was like, I gotta break the loop, bud. I gotta break the loop.
What's the game time like?
Shit, I couldn't even tell you. I wasn't really even checking my hours. I mean, actually, you know what? Steam will tell me. Yeah. Let's just let's do that. Yeah, let's go ask Steam. Steam, how long have I been...
Steam check.
Steam, how long have I been playing this game? Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, alphabetical order. So It doesn't have my hours on here.
It should.
Yeah, it should. Oh, never mind. Here we are. 29 hours. Ah,
Okay.
feels low.
29 hours.
I mean,
Not bad.
that's
That's a $70 game, right?
Yeah.
that's a pretty steep price for a 30-hour game.
Yeah. I got through it pretty quick.
Now, does it have replay value?
It doesn't. It doesn't. So,
Mm.
so when you first start the game, like you obviously like go through like the tutorial and like the beginning part. And then like when you're able to access like the core of the game, you can either choose to break the loop and play the main story mission and storyline and play as the guy Colt, or you can play as the alternate assassin, and you can play as her, and you just jump into random people's games and just kill them. You just try to kill them.
Oh,
Huh.
And that's
nice.
what I was doing for like the last 2 hours.
That's cool. I like that.
And I've done that a little bit before, too. But like after I beat the game, so. But I jump into that.
Is that the only way that like multiplayer works in the game? Because I know it has some type of multiplayer.
Yeah, so that's the multiplayer that it has. There's no like, I guess like deathmatch
Traditional.
or
Yeah.
So like you can either be playing the story mode and like someone can join your game and then you have to kill them before they kill you, or you jump into somebody else's game and then you have to kill them a bunch of times before they kill you. And,
Nice. No challenge modes or anything like that?
no challenge modes yet.
I'm sure they'll probably work on stuff like that.
Yeah, I went to research to see if they'll have DLC. I looked up to see if they would have New Game Plus. So they don't have New Game Plus, but they do have an option. Like after you beat the game, you can restart the progress. And you can, because it's all auto save. There's no manual saves. There's no save slots. It's all auto save. But you can just go into options and be like reset Colt's progress, and then you can start the game from scratch again.
Interesting. Now, how good's the overall game loop and the gameplay itself?
I think the gameplay is really fun. It's same people that did Dishonored, so it's very Dishonored like.
Okay.
You get the.
I got Dishonored vibes from it, so I didn't realize those same people.
Yeah. You get your main weapon hand, and then you got like your other hand, which you can use abilities and stuff with, and sometimes you can dual wield. And that's pretty cool. What else was I trying to say? I mean, you said the time loop, like
how's
the story.
the gameplay? How's the gameplay loop itself? Like, how's the progression system and things like that?
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be more roguelike than it actually is. So like you start the day and every day is the loop, right? So you play in the morning and like you run around in the morning and you figure out, you just find clues and stuff, so on and so forth. And then you can run around in the afternoon and then you can run around in the evening. Or you run around in the morning, noon, afternoon, and then evening. So there's four time periods in the day, right? After you finish the day, you can after you finish what you're doing in the evening, you start a new day. So no matter what, the day is going to reset.
Okay.
And like when the day resets, like every time you finish like one of the day segments, you can choose stuff. Like you collect this resource and you can choose stuff that you want to keep, and you'll keep it forever. So like no matter how many times you die or how many times you restart the day,
okay.
You can keep stuff so like your weapons, personal skills, weapon enhancements for like a steady aim or like rate of fire, things like that. I wish there was more weapons in the game. There's only about, a good handful, maybe 10 at most.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's like 2 different forms of shotguns, like a light machine gun, like a couple pistols, and then like a Tech 9 kind of deal, and then sniper rifles.
Just
two
basic
sniper
stuff to
rifles.
get the job done.
Yeah. So it's nothing too crazy when it comes to the weapons. And then also your abilities, you're able to carry your abilities over to the next day, and they have upgrades for your abilities, which is pretty cool. There was something I was getting ready to go with this. Oh yeah, so you can die in the game. So like if you die in the morning, you get 3 chances, I guess. You can die twice, and if you die a 3rd time, then that resets your day.
Okay.
So the starting ability that you get, like you get these things called slabs, and the slabs are like the abilities that you have to like
Thank
for
you
like
for the follow.
telekinesis or jumping, teleporting. So like you have 3 slabs, but one slab is always you can't remove it. It's the death slab, I guess. So whenever you die, you just like rewind like a little bit to your previous point, and then you're able to play on. And then
Okay,
if you
now-
die, like if you die 2 more times, then the day resets.
Okay. I'm assuming
But-
that the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so that 2-time count that you can die, it resets every time you go to a new day segment. So if you die twice in the morning,
Okay.
and then you go to the afternoon, you have 3 more chances to die now. It resets.
Now, I'm assuming the autosave is during each day segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you start a segment, it saves. So like I've had like the game crash on me. So like when I boot it back up, it starts the day off. Like when you're at the very beginning of that day segment.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in it. It's just one of those, do I have time or the money for it right this second?
Yeah.
And this might be one of those ones that I wait for it to come down just a little bit before I hop in.
So like it's really cool, man. I liked it, and I'm glad I bought it on PC because I like the graphics are fucking beautiful. The the environment is pretty, and the frame rate is gorgeous. At first I was because they're releasing it as like a PS5 time exclusive, and like PlayStation 5 was like boasting this game the most, and I was like, damn, I know they're doing a lot with the controller and the adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback. I'm really gonna miss out on that, but I'd rather have the gameplay experience on PC.
Yeah.
And I was playing on the Xbox controller, and I was just like, I'm gonna plug in a PS5 controller just for shits and giggles.
The haptics
And
work.
the haptics and the trigger feedback works. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
That's dope.
And I was like, damn, my one regret has been redeemed. I was like,
Dang.
thank you. So I'm hoping that more cross-platform games will be able to take advantage of the PlayStation's controller, because that would be very nice. So
I mean, with how many PlayStation games are coming to PC, it's very possible.
yeah, I'm hoping that it does it. So there's a few things about the game that I didn't like. The AI is both like it's not smart. I'm not gonna say it's like medium smart, but like also is like sometimes really fucking dumb. Because like you can have 2 people standing next to each other, and like one person's like a foot in front of them. If you come up and assassinate the person behind, like the person in front won't notice.
Yeah.
You sit there and like you just kind of their heads off. They're not even like 2 feet away, and they're just like,
That's the way it was in Dishonored.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit more,
I
a
played
little bit more
Dishonored.
AI interaction.
Yeah, I don't remember the AI being that bad. So, like you could just run around. Like if you could, it's like sometimes you can just like walk up to people, and like even though like you'll make noise and like you'll see the icons come over their head, like they hear you. Most of the time they don't turn around. They'll like hear you, but they just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah. So the AI can be pretty dumb, but like when they see you, they let everybody else know, and then everybody knows exactly where you are, and it's.
Now that online play you were talking about, is that standard, or can you play without somebody coming in and trying to kill you in your game?
You can turn it off. You can set it so that it's open to everyone, or only your friends can join your game. I don't have any friends, so no one's joined my game that way. Or you can turn it off. You can turn it off and you can just play solo. So I was playing solo for a good portion, just so I could start learning the game and understanding. And then after I learned the game, like, and understanding, like, I started invading other people's games.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing that happened. I think they probably fixed most of it because I haven't had it happen in a while. But like the first day or two, like I would join people's games and sometimes my character would get stuck, and then I can't move, and then I had to kill the game to get out of it. Like even the pause menu wouldn't work. So that sucked. But that hasn't happened in a while. But when you join people's games and like you kill them, and then it goes to like the summary screen,
Right.
like it'll show your tag with your name and everything, and it says what mode you're playing in. And I felt so bad for people because I was joining their game and killing them, And then we go to the summary screen, like, cause I know like someone join my game and kill me, I'd be a little bit pissed, especially if I'm trying to do something important. And then they just read my tag and just says playing solo mode, and I'm just like, so I'd just be super pissed, like, oh, you can fucking come join my game and kill me, but now I can't come join you, little bitch. I was like,
Funny.
yeah, sorry. So I plan on starting a new playthrough. I'm gonna reset my progress and do the entire thing online, so anybody can just jump into my game at any time.
All right, so one final question. On the as you're getting the resources to increase your abilities or keep your guns and things like that, is that resource readily available?
Yeah, so the farther you get, I feel like the more you get, because like as soon as like some of the skills, like once you have the skill, you'll pick it up multiple times, but like the skills, like you can only equip, like if you have skill A and then a duplicate of skill A, you can't equip 2 skill A's.
Right.
You might as well burn, the second one. So like when you pick them all up, you keep burning them, and then that gives you more resource, more of that resource. They call it residium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Like residium, yeah. Okay, like when you pick up like the slabs again, if you pick up the slabs again, you can either get the upgrades. You get upgrades for the slabs, and if you already have the upgrade, you can just burn them, and that gives you a lot of residium. You can find the residium in the world, like on random objects, and then you just like hold square and you just absorb the residium. You burn weapons.
They give you enough to hold on to enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
The amount of residium you get, like when the day loops, if you have any leftover residium, you lose it all.
I figured.
So you might as well use it all while you have it. So start saving. Some items, even if you don't want it, you might as well just save it, and then when you pick it up again, you can just keep burning it more and more.
Okay. All right. Sorry. One more question.
No, man, you're good.
What would you rate the story?
The story got really good. So the story was pretty cool. I've always loved like time loop movies and shows like that. Like I even like be watching a show, and like as soon as a character does some like one thing, I'm like, oh, this is a time loop episode. I know it. It's gonna be a time loop episode. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Okay.
So like the story, it got better and better.
Somebody's a Flashpoint fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got better and better. It's got pretty cool. Like as you started learning more about all the characters. So like, I wish they showed you more like your targets. Like, cause you learn so much about your targets like through their voice recordings, or through like little notes that they leave lying around. I was hoping they would like sometimes like go into like better more cutscenes to give like a little bit more detail about these people, but like you learn a lot about them just from running around and collecting all the evidence that you need. But you learn the most about your character and then the assassin character, and they have a really cool storyline that how like it starts intertwining and then connects. So
okay,
I'm gonna try not to say any more to not ruin the story, but the story was very good. Like as I'm playing along, I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah,
so all right, rating scale 1 to 10.
1 to 10, I'm gonna go like with the 8.5. 8.5.
It's pretty good in my book.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Then
mean,
I sit back and look at it, I'm like, yeah, maybe it could have been a little bit longer, And I guess I always want a New Game Plus, but I mean, New Game Plus would just be weird. Like if you started the game over and like you already know everything,
yeah.
It's really hard. Oh, one thing I did notice that this game does is like you have to have a lot of door codes. You have to have like a lot of door codes, or like number sequences, and like finding a lot of stuff. A lot of that stuff is randomized.
Oh shit.
So like the door code that you get like in the beginning of the game for like most of the main doors that you hide in, it's not the same. So like I imagine like when I start the game over, it's not going to be the same, because I watched like some YouTube videos for like some of the things, like some of the other puzzles that I was having difficulty with, and like yeah, their numbers didn't match. If that makes sense. Like
yeah.
So it kind of makes it to where you can't just watch like a a YouTube video and get
No,
through it. You
you
have
can't.
to actually play through it.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't-
kinda cool,
like,
though.
whenever I watched a YouTube video, I didn't go in the like, I'm just gonna go to the end and like see what the door code is. I'm like, I watched it and like got to the point where like, oh, okay, now the puzzle makes sense, and now I can finish the puzzle. And then when I start the puzzle, I'm just like, their first number was different than my first number. And then like I would skip through the end and I see like their final code and I'm like, that's completely different from my code.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
That's kind of cool though. So like it'll make getting guides, a little bit more difficult.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just search what the safe code is, like 4112, and then enter it because it's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
mean, I
cool.
imagine there's only so many combinations. I don't know how randomized it is, but
Well, I think if it's like on a 9-digit pad, it's like 1.6 million different variation combination that you can do.
well, I don't know if like they randomize every number or if like the safe has like 3 pre-programmed numbers, three 4-digit codes, and it just swaps between those 3.
Right. Double check something here. All right, yeah. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on. All right, so Gran Turismo.
Oh, I have one more thing to add.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. This game is a hungry fucking boy.
Oh yeah.
I like when I first played it, like I only played it for like a little bit. I only played it for like a couple minutes just to get like my feel for it, and then I stopped. I went to sleep, and then like I woke up and I was like reading through like some comments on this one thing about the game, and someone was like, oh yeah, it's got like over 10 gigs worth of my VRAM, and like it's just
Oh,
like
shit.
it's maxing in. I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn. And one guy started like he's taking up even more of his, and then I started playing it. And like I started like I had my counter up on the top left.
Mhm.
This bitch like it maxed out at 22 gigs of my VRAM on my 39.
What?
It
Damn.
wanted fucking everything. And I think the game's crashed a couple times, and like the first couple of times I was too mad at it crashing because I was in the middle of something important that I didn't read the error. And then one time I like actually read the error and it was referring to the VRAM and like running out of space. I was like, how the fuck is that happening?
That is definitely a bug.
Eee.
There's
Yeah.
definitely a bug with that.
That's got to be a huge bug.
It's
Using all of your VRAM on your
yeah.
major bug.
So like I was in the last part of the last day when I was actually like trying to actually like break the loop my last day, and I was in the evening trying to kill the last people I need to kill, and like the game kept crashing.
Oh hell.
Like it because there's a bunch of them at the same time, and I get through like one of them and then the game would crash, and I was like, why the fuck is it crashing right now? I was like, I'm trying to break the loop. It's like, I don't want you to break the loop. I'm like, I'm trying to break the goddamn loop.
Nope, not today.
Oh,
Not
man.
today.
All right.
Yep, that was the last thing.
All right. So
Oh wait, one more thing. No, just
No.
finish it.
no. All right. So this one was kind of interesting. Caught my eye. I just wanted to get some opinions on this. So I know, only half of us are actual racing game fans here, but Gran Turismo 7 has ray tracing,
Mhm.
but not while you're driving a car.
What's
Oh, I
the point?
did see that. Yeah, yeah.
Wait.
It's only got like in the lobby and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's
why
lame.
do you want ray tracing on? Like, if it's only going to be in the lobby, like, I just might as well turn it off.
So
Save the memory.
It
If-
makes the cars look prettier when you're showcasing them and like
yeah, like I can see that because there's
mixing
like
them up.
Gran Turismo is the one that you can put your car in like photo ops and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But now, what about when you're driving around and you use photo mode? I mean, you want your car to look good then too, right?
Yeah.
fair enough.
Maybe if you
It's
enter
not-
photo mode,
you know.
it will re-enable ray tracing because like it's a still image. So they might turn it back
Yeah.
on for that. Who knows?
I mean,
well,
I'm,
yeah, perhaps.
I'm kind of impressed that that the PS5 can handle ray tracing at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
We
like the power of the PS5 is a mid-tier gaming computer today,
mhm.
and when the
Well,
next
I guess
4000
the-
series drops, it'll be a low
The
tier.
ones that came out, the
Yeah.
PS5s that came out originally seem to be that good. These newer ones I've been hearing are not so great.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
hear
like
they-
the new chips they're using are not really like
quite as powerful.
Was it regulating the cooling system that well? Like
They shrunk the
I
heat
heard
sink.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
something
heard
like
about
that.
that. Yeah.
I think I
They shrunk
remember
the heat
seeing
sink.
something about that. Somebody
Yeah.
somebody had opened them up, and
Uh-huh.
the heatsink was in like considerably smaller than the original.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was
and,
like 2/3 the size. They cut out like a third of it.
yeah,
That-
it's not like a major thing that I'm hearing a lot of people say, but there are some people who are reporting that, their systems overheating like really fast. And I was like, well, shit, mine would if that were me, then it would definitely happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Um,
would be rough.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you guys had heard about that.
yeah.
Like
Either which way, I think that if Gran Turismo is going to have the option for ray tracing,
Mhm.
enable it during racing.
Yeah,
Like-
well, it might be what they did with like Miles Morales, and Spider-Man Remastered. So they had different modes, and Ratchet and Clank had this as well. So they had different modes where like it ran it at 4K, 30 FPS with ray tracing, or you could turn ray tracing off and it ran it at 4K with 60 FPS. And then later on, the Spider-Man games, they added the update where you could run 60 FPS with ray tracing.
really, you can
There-
do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And then Ratchet and Clank, they had they only went to they had a 60 FPS with ray tracing mode, but it dropped it down to 1080, and it still looked pretty.
if you're playing on like a computer monitor, like I am, like a 28-inch, 1080 is fine.
Mhm.
Like when you get up to like a 60-inch TV, you're gonna want like 4K.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So this next one I got kind of excited about. So apparently, one of the rumors going around right now is that Disney and Capcom are in talks to go back and bring back Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yes.
Like
Pretty cool.
that
Good game,
is,
right? Yeah.
huh? Yeah. Like
Yes.
that to me was like one of the best ones. I loved that one.
Yeah,
I probably put
Mhm.
about a good solid 500 hours into that.
I think I still have it. I actually think I still have it.
I think I still have it for like the PS2.
I'd button mash the hell out of them.
I'm gonna get it.
I play
That's
I
it.
play fighter games, but I don't play them for very long. I test them out just to get the experience, and then
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
usually go.
this is
I
one of
was-
those.
I usually go through and just play it just to beat it, and then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
See, like I've got a couple of friends who like there's a couple of fighting games that we get into, and when we get into it, we'll get together like 1 weekend a month for like 6 months and just go to town with it. So that's one of the things I love with fighting games. I just can't wait to bring back the Green Team, Doctor Doom, the Hulk, and Tron Bond.
I've always been a fighter. I've always been it's always been Ryu, Ken, and Kuma.
Oh, well, you just all characters play the exact same.
Yeah, all of them. But they all play exactly the same. But I'm honestly gonna say this truth. Akuma is my guy. Like I love me some Ryu, I love me some Ken, but Akuma, like Don Juan for me. Love that guy.
Well, he's just a badass looking dude, regardless. I mean, you can't not
Mhm.
like that guy.
All right,
I'm
so
definitely excited about that.
this is kind of interesting. So Trent Oster was an original developer for KotoR. He started a new gaming company. What was it called? Beamdog. And when he left BioWare, he started a new company called Beamdog, and he actually approached Lucas Games, and approached them about doing a KoTOR remaster. And like things were starting to go forward, and then they just stopped talking to him. And then he finally found out why is because Aspire got the remake rights. And I'm just like, you turned down the opportunity of an original developer remastering the game for another company to come in and remake it.
Lowest bidder, bud. Or the highest. Yeah, the lowest bidder. Whatever. You know.
Yeah,
Maybe-
someone else is probably doing it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
Doing it for cheaper.
I'd love to see the time where a remake can be cheaper than a remaster.
Well,
But
No, I'm not saying that they probably like wanted like
yeah,
less of a cut, or like, you know, only so much
Yeah,
resources. Like,
it's probably all about the contract deal.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like at a point in time, you got to be like, you know what, we need to give the people what they want, opposed to just trying to get through it quickly and just make a buck.
yeah.
Well, you know, every now and then the people do get what they want, but only time will tell on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those ones that I hope I don't regret being in line to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it myself, but I don't know, still a little weary about it.
Yeah. All right, so this next one is just kind of like a news. So if you have an Xbox Series X or Series S, Microsoft is having a massive sale for games that are optimized, which I think there's about 200 of them for the Series X or Series S, and it's like 20 to 80% off.
Where is this at?
It's nice.
That's
Yeah, and the
80%,
Microsoft
that's
Game
pretty significant.
on the Game Pass or the Microsoft Store.
Mhm.
Games that are optimized for the X and S are like 20 to 80% off. It's either on right now or going to be soon.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Optimize is a key feature. I mean, yeah. I wish PlayStation was porting out. You know, they've done the majority of their games, but I wish they would do, you know, more of their greater, you know, PS4 hits, and have them optimized for the PS5.
Yeah, there's a couple of handful that I'd love to see come back. Like, I'd love to replay like the Infamous series.
Mhm.
You know, things like that. You know, go back and play the Devil May Cry's that I've missed.
Ooh, don't make cry.
Yeah, like,
Oh man, you know they got those on remaster, or
Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
Yeah.
This list
And
is long.
They have Devil May Cry was a PS5 port.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry
Um,
5.
all right, so this next one's kind of a big one. So, Microsoft is in talks for another acquisition. The rumor is going to be a big one. Like,
Oh,
the rumor
Mhm.
is people are talking like suing them for monopoly rights. Kind of
Okay.
big. So the three, it's rumors right now, okay,
Yeah.
of which company it is, because nobody has verified it yet. But rumor one is Square.
wow.
So rumor two is Ubisoft. And rumor three is Take-Two.
Those some big dogs right there.
So
I feel if it is true, I really feel like it might be like I really feel like it might be Square.
Oh, see, I was thinking Ubisoft.
Who,
Yeah,
I was thinking, but
You know,
When you say Square, who's Square? Is it Square Enix?
yeah,
Square Enix,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be Square Enix. They have been pretty strong on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I would see Square Enix sticking with Sony more than
Yeah, they did a lot of
Microsoft.
Sony exclusives.
Yeah,
but
with all the
depending on how many
franchises,
zeros is on the
everything.
end of that bad boy.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
I don't think Take-Two would. I don't think Take-Two would limit themselves that way.
Yeah, because you
Especially when it comes like to Grand Theft Auto, especially how
Oh yeah, they
Grand
want
Theft Auto
everybody.
5 has been.
Oh yeah, they
Advertising
are
for the
milking
PS5.
they are milking that Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto.
Well,
they're
like,
not gonna let that go anywhere
they
exclusive.
announced the Grand Theft Auto 5 remaster for the next gen
Yeah.
console, and their stocks tanked.
I love everyone's shat on it. It was great. It was the best thing I ever saw.
It's because it's like it's time for a new one. Like the bad boy's been out for a hot minute.
Eight,
Oh yeah, way
9
past
years.
two.
Like,
Yeah.
like that entire announcement could have just been a patch, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because it showed it off like it was a brand new game all over again. It's like, God damn, people, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I can see Ubisoft doing it.
I
Yeah, I
can
could
too.
definitely see them
I
doing
can
it.
see
Yeah.
Ubisoft doing it.
And
It would hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit,
Just a
but
little
not
bit.
too much.
Not too crazy. I like playing some Assassin's Creeds, and
Yeah,
I enjoy
maybe
I
not
enjoy
the-
the Far Cries. I've never purchased a Far Cry, but I've
Ah,
played
those games are
I've
fun.
played every single one of them, and I like playing them.
I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those things like right now, like nobody thinks it's gonna be Square, but then next thing you know, it happens, and it's Square. I'm gonna be like, I knew it. Like I knew it was because it's something that you wouldn't think would happen
Yeah, I definitely.
because they've been so Sony strong.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
I'm honestly, this isn't even on the rumor list, but I'm hoping it's Gearbox. Like, take it away from Randy Pitchford.
I could see that.
Mm.
Yeah, no, sorry, not Gearbox. The company that owns Gearbox. What is it? Oh, I can't remember
Same
now.
difference.
Yeah, like I would like to see that because like Randy Pitchford is off the deep end. Speaking of Gearbox, a couple little tidbits. The something that was not very communicated to the fans. Tiny Tina's Escape from, or not, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands will actually have a character creator.
Ooh.
It will not be like Borderlands where you just pick a specific character. I was wrong when I said that last time. So correction on myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, full blown character creator in a Borderlands style game. I am all for this. Especially if you can like pick like race and gender or anything like that. Like I'm all for that. Like if I could be like an orc wizard, I'm on it.
we're never gonna hear from Griff. He's gonna be playing this game, just literally creating characters.
Dude, like, oh, spring is so hard for me right now because that's coming out. The Destiny 2 expansion is coming out. Something else is slated for spring. But just like there's like 3 or 4 big things coming out in the spring that I'm just like, and it's all within like 2 weeks of each other, and I'm like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Everybody going broke. Everybody going broke.
Well, it's not just that. It's like I'm gonna want to play Wonderlands day one, but that expansion has me so freaking hyped.
When does that
Yeah.
Wonderlands come out?
What's that?
When does that Wonderlands come out? They got a release date?
Yeah, it's February or March.
Okay. I was
It's like
looking at
late
it the other day. I couldn't find out where it was.
It says 2022 right now.
It still says 2022.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Do
here's hope.
we
Well, I mean,
do we
that's-
know if Destiny is gonna have another sale?
More than likely,
Because
they usually put all the previous expansions on sale before the next one. Because if they do that, I might make the transfer to PC. But
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like as soon as it comes available, all those expansions, and it's because I think it was like 40. Was it 40, or was it 60 for the expansions last time when we checked?
Was there like 180 for all of them?
it was it was
think-
100. It was 180 for absolutely everything through from Destiny 2 start through next year. It's like the 180 package was 5 years of content.
Yeah,
The newest expansion, Beyond Light, that's just $40. It's like $45 for Beyond Light and the current season. And I think the previous expansions are 20 or 30. Like, don't
Right.
quote me on it. I haven't had to look at them because I got them. I'm just like, yep, I'm buying it because I'm going to play it.
yeah. Shadowkeep, Forsaken, they're both 25, and then Beyond Light is 40.
See, and to play everything out right now, all you need is Beyond Light in the current season. You don't need Forsaken or Shadowkeep. It's worth getting, but you don't need them.
Okay.
Because like most everything in Forsaken got sunset, so like most all the weapons of that got like, you know, not removed from the game, but if you get them, if there's not a newer role, you just get them, just rip them apart for loot, or rip them apart for currencies. But yeah, no, Destiny 2 is on fire right now. Their new matchmaking system for Trials of Osiris is top notch. Like you can solo queue now.
Nice.
Like you can go in there. All you got to do is win 3 rounds and you get loot. Sorry, 3 matches. You got to win 3 matches. You get loot. He gives you a pile of bounties to increase your rank. Just so many good things. Like I'm going in there like getting curb stomped left and freaking right because I'm horrible at Destiny PvP. And like if I get with a good team, it's a great time. If I'm get with a bad team, it's emote till they kill you. I mean, basically it, but it's they're doing so many good things right now. Their player count is nonstop rising. So like I'm trying to hop into like different like Discords, things like that, trying to find like a raid group and put it together because that's the one thing I haven't experienced in Destiny is the raids. And
the raids, they're awesome.
Yeah, like everybody praises them. Some of the best exotics in the game are in the raids, so I'm trying to get in there.
You didn't do did you not? Because what Vaulted Glass would be a raid, right?
Yeah. So Vaulted Glass.
You didn't do that one?
I didn't play Destiny 1. So
yeah, it's frustrating. I can tell you this right now. It was frustrating like a mug if people don't do what they're supposed to do. But the end result is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to play that raid one time on the second Destiny because they had re-released it on there. Even though I played the first one, I never actually got a team to play together on that. But man, it took us like 3 hours to get like a little over halfway through it. And by that point, I didn't have time to finish it. I was like, guys, this is just taking too long. I can't finish the game. And I mean, it was great. Every second of it was great. It was a real challenge. But man, I was one of those players. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to make my way through it, and I was figuring it out, but I just didn't have time.
Like, one of the things I'm loving right now is just the amount of different builds you can do. Like, you can do so many different builds now for every class. It's absolutely insane. And then come the expansion, it's just going to take it even higher. So, yeah, I'm going to be that shill. Like I said before, like I've gotten to a point that I enjoy Destiny's lore more than Star Wars. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So if that tells you anything. But all right. So anything you guys want to bring up?
Because I'm looking at it right now for the Beyond Light. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm really thinking about. I mean, if I only need just the Beyond Light and the Forsaken and Shadowkeep, I really don't even need them.
Yeah, you don't need Forsaken or Shadowkeep. Like, the only thing I would recommend getting is Beyond Light in the current season. Because if you get the current season, you can unlock the artifact, and it gives you not only the exotic for the season, it also gives you the exotic quest for the other exotic this season. And the new exotic for this season, it's bonkers. It's a trace rifle that causes like AoE cold or AoE stasis on kills. It is crazy. But yeah, you're definitely going to want Beyond Light because beyond all of the stasis subclasses are locked behind it.
Now, one thing I'm seeing here is that there's a Destiny 2 Beyond Light Deluxe Edition upgrade, and then there's a Destiny 2 Beyond Light. The deluxe upgrade is $30, while the Beyond Light is $40.
So it would be $70 for the upgrade. The upgrade probably includes the season pass.
Gotcha. Okay.
because it's typically $10 a season. It's like $10 to $15 a season. And the seasons this year were all massive. Like, this season is going to go for 6 months. It's going from a month ago through until the next expansion. And but there's going to be so much content, because not only do we have the seasonal content, as soon as you get done with all the seasonal content, you're going to have the Halloween event. As soon as the Halloween event is over, you're going to have the Christmas event. And then while the Christmas event's going on, you're going to have the anniversary event where they're unlocking the, like, it's like a 3-player match-made dungeon so you can get Galahorn. So, like,
I think I might go ahead and do it.
You let me know, man, because crossplay is active.
Like I'm legit about to go through and probably do it like right now.
Well, you hit me up. We'll wrap this up. All right, everybody. Any closing statements?
You good, thanks.
I got none. Got none.
All right.
That's pretty much
So,
it.
yeah, a little short show this weekend, but thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who's going to watch later. Hope you had a good time, and we will see you in 2 weeks. There will not be a show next weekend.